I got in there, beat the gym leaders, got out. Coromon is Steam. Okay, cool. I'll take a look at that. In fact, hang on. Before I forget, because my brain power is minimal these days. Before I forget, here, let me add it on Steam. Coromon. When did this come out? 2022. Interesting. Wow. Oh man, that's like old school Game Boy Pokemon. Ooh. Alright, add that to my wish list. Sweet. They also had it as a Switch game release at one point in time. Coromon is safe, and they're making a sequel. Very cool. I had literally never heard of that game. And it's been out for 3 years. Almost 4. It's crazy. Oh, another game to add to the list to play on stream at some point. Crazy Taxi was another wild game. I feel like there was more, I don't know what the best word is. Risk? Back in those days with games, like people were taking much more risks on weird, unique ideas. Nowadays, everybody's just doing the safe thing. It's the same with movies, it feels like. People are too afraid to do anything unique. The 7th Cross Evolution game, you start off as like an amoeba, basically. And you had to go around killing or obtaining parts from other creatures, and those would allow you to evolve into a new creature. It was really cool. Very unique concept. Okay, nobody is buying slabs, and I'm getting a little concerned. Need to remember to adjust these prices every day. That could be part of the problem. Sure. Trying to remember what even was the premise of Crazy Taxi. Were you actually a taxi driver, or was it something completely like different. I feel like it was different, but maybe I'm thinking of a different game. Pick people up, drop them off fast. Okay, maybe I'm thinking of a different game. I feel like there was a game where you were a taxi driver or something, but the overarching point wasn't to actually be a taxi. Like, you were doing other stuff. I don't know. Maybe that was a dream. Who knows? Uh-oh. Stinky made it through. Hey, we got her. Nice. Good coverage there. Good coverage. Sure, I'll give you $3. I don't know. $3. There we go. Great. You're a taxi driver, but you had a timer. Pick people up, drop them off to get more time and money. Well, that sounds pretty straightforward. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking of. Must have been some weird fever dream. I don't think I ever actually played Crazy Taxi. I think I just watched people play it. I'll give you $90. Great. Alright. I don't know, I never really played GTA either. Like, I'd go over to a friend's house and just ramp cars off of ramps. Just take them off the sweet jumps. This was all I did in that game. I had no interest in anything else. We can unlock the new pack, I guess. Kind of running out of things to strive for. I mean, level 50 is kind of where, like, we hit that, and I think we're kind of done with the game for now. We'll hit this, and then we'll just rip open a ton of packs and see what we get. You want my 7? Yeah, sure. Why not? The only GTA story you really remember is 5. Others came out when we were too young to do anything other than ramp cars off stuff and blow up stuff. Yep. Yep. I mean, to be fair, ramping cars and blowing up stuff was pretty fun. Pretty solid. Okay, well, why do we have a bunch of people walking in at 9 p.m.? Come on now. A lot of decks there, sir. Why are you just you just made it? Why? Get out of here. You stand in front of my window and shake your head. I think he was looking at this and just shaking his head like, dude, it's 9 p.m. People have lives. You can't get upset that the shop closed. I can't stay open 24/7. Jeez. Alright, get this bomb out of here. Out of here. Go on, get. Wow, we sold a lot of the decks today. Just all dropped in price. Or went up in price, rather. Yellow deck boxes. Looks like we sold a bunch of deck boxes. I'll just leave the 1 star there, that's fine. It's not a big deal. Okay. Less. Okay, never mind. Not leave the 1 star there. Fine. Fine. Back up. Ooh, that was $2,000. Should have taken a look at that before I closed it. Crazy, nothing crazy, nothing crazy. Alright. Put them up. Put them on up. I'm trying to remember some of the weird games I played on the N64. I vaguely recall, what was it called? Quest? It was just called Quest. Quest 64, something like that. I remember thinking it was super hard, but I think it was just because I was young and not experienced with RPGs. But then on the other hand, it was an older game, and the older games were pretty rough sometimes. You really want to find that game now? Oh, the one with the cornucopia of monsters or whatever you were talking about before? Some games were just super hard on 64. They really were. I mean, even Banjo-Kazooie was... I mean, so I was a kid when I played it, but Banjo-Kazooie I thought was... I think I beat it, but it was rough. Superman? I don't think I ever played the Superman game. Perfect Dark. I mean, on N64, I think the Perfect Dark was the thing that... Was it Perfect Dark? Yeah, Perfect Dark and 007 were the same... Roughly the same time, I think. I just remember playing a lot of Perfect Dark. Found something called Monster Ranch. Oh, Monster Rancher sounds familiar. I probably played that. If it was an older game. Though I think there's a newer game called Monster Rancher. I don't know. That. I'm trying to remember what other 64 games I played. That was so long ago. The 64 was... Oh, Buck Bumble. Yeah, I remember that one. It was such a good system. Such a good system. Back when Nintendo was king. And then, for whatever reason, they decided that going forward, they were always going to be 16 generations of hardware behind everyone else. The most baffling business move ever. I wonder, is it still the same, like, CEO from like 30 years ago is still in charge? Because that would make a lot more sense, I think. I think that would help me digest some of their poor decisions. Because the guy's just like stuck on the fact that he did, you know, at one point they were kings, and then like he can do no wrong kind of a thing. Dude, you know what was a hard game on the 64 was just Super Mario. Of course, this all comes back around to the fact that I am not good at platforming games, and Mario is all about jumping, so there's that. I remember getting so frustrated with that game. Certain point you get too high in the air and your acrophobia starts kicking in. Yeah. They'll have some games where I'm playing and it's like, you know, you're having to do a jump over like a cliff or something onto another cliff. Like even in the even though it's not happening in real life, I'm still like, you got the butt cheeks clenched and you're like death gripping the controller. You hold your breath. Ones that I have to laugh at myself is the ones that I 1000%. There's no way that you're gonna fail the jump and you're just like all clenched up anyway, because you just, in the back of your head, you're like, there's a possibility. Even though there's a possibility. But cheeks clenched, haven't heard that one haven't heard that phrase in a while. Yeah. Use it all the time. It's a favorite. You don't trust it? Yeah, I don't trust it either. You have those games that have the built-in like auto jump or whatever. They just do the jump for you. There's no fail chance, and you're still just like, please don't die. It's like the opposite end of that is those stupid games that are just designed to frustrate you beyond belief. Like what's the one where you and another person are like chained together, and you're is that what it's called, chained together, and you're just climbing on just these ridiculous obstacles, and then you can fall all the way down or whatever? I don't play those games. Those are a fast way to the hospital with a aneurysm and a heart attack and a few other things. Yeah. So those are giant no-goes for me. What was the name of the first game that kind of started that genre? Where it was like the dude in the sack with like a pick. I got high blood pressure just watching people play that game. Like I was getting angry at the game and I wasn't even playing it. Getting over it, yes. Oh my goodness. You still had a stinky get through, bro. Getting over it with Bennett Foddy. You've beaten that game. Nice. Props to you. I think it's super impressive when people get through those. I can't do it. Can't do it. I mean, okay. I'm sure I could if I really, really tried. But it would not be good for my health. Not one bit. Not one bit. Let's refill these machines back here. Honestly, the game might be less stressful without the dude's voice. You just muted the game. You'd be able to get through it easier that way. He had one of those punchable voices, as I like to say. We need some people to start buying some slabs. What is going on here? That card, so I'll pay $5 for it, sure. Why not?
You know what? I can't keep the cards on the table. How much is it for our next expansion? 68.50 plus 78.50, so 15,000-ish. Let's do it. All those tables later. Put all the posters back up. Womp womp. Womp womp. Sure, I'll give you $8. Yay. Thank you, sir. Machines are almost done again. What you got? No. No, sir. So I don't know if I want to add more tables. I don't think I've seen a point where all of the tables have been full. We'll shift the judgmental star down a little bit. And then maybe we'll think about getting some shelves over here and opening up some more stock. Maybe. I'm really not sure what... I mean, we're kind of cruising at a profit right here, and we don't really need to spread it or do anything else, but... Hey, that was expensive. That was... like 14 grand in bills. Ouch. Yeah, I need these to start selling. Please. Please buy my slabs. Bills are starting to be painful. Probably shouldn't have expanded. Wasn't really a need to. Too late now. Too late now. I'll give $15 dues. Great. Great. Thank you, sir. Your dollary dues are appreciated. These purple packs seem to be doing alright. I don't think we've seen one. I think both of them have been like $600 so far, which is on par with the red boxes. Kind of exciting.